105, here's some hints that I think will help. For all of these problems, this one is already addition. This one is already addition. You should rewrite this as addition and rewrite this as addition. Rewrite them all as addition problems, and then remember, which team wins by how much, all right? As soon as they're all addition, then you can just look at which team wins by how much. The problem where a lot of students are getting stumped is question number 2. For question number 2, we have a heron perched in a tree, right? A heron perched in a tree. Oh, excellent, Carlos. So I'm going to put just an H up here for the heron. And the heron's height is 50 feet above sea level. Then we've got a pelican that's flying 17 feet above sea level. Then we've got sea level. And then we've got a trout swimming 23 feet below. So I'm going to put negative 23, right? So here are my 3 animals, the heron, the pelican, and the trout. When you're asked to find the difference, that means I want you to do straight subtraction, right? So if it says the difference between the pelican and the heron, you are doing the pelican minus the heron, right? So in this case, that would mean 17 minus 50. If it asks you for the difference, oh, same thing, pelican and heron. If it asks you for the distance in height, that just means, remember,
absolute value.
Yeah, absolute value. Remember, when you see distance, you take the absolute value, which means distance is always, always, always positive. Always. So right away, I know that this can't be true because it's saying that the distance is a negative number. Not true. Now this one might be true. I'd have to check it. All right, but that's the big difference here. When it says the difference with the pelican and the trout, that means that you're doing the pelican minus the trout, right? Which in this case would be 17 minus negative 23, right? Pelican minus the trout. If it says distance, that means take the absolute value. All right, so that's some help with number 2. For number 3, all you need to do, you don't actually have to do the math here, surprisingly, right? If you think about it, you don't have to do the math. All you have to think about is for this first one, x plus y, you are adding a negative value and another negative value. You've got some members on the negative team, you've got another group of members on the negative team, you put them together, you have more members on the negative team, right? For this one, x minus y, this is a little trickier. X is this one, y is this one, right? If you have a number further to the right on the number line, let's look at positives for a minute. Let's say that, I don't know, 1 is here, and 2 is here, and 3 is here, right? The further I go to the right, the bigger the number gets. So if I do a number to the right minus a number to the left, that's a bigger number minus a smaller number. That will always be positive. Always, always, always. When you do a bigger number minus a smaller number, it will always be positive. That's what it's asking you here, basically, is what happens when you do a bigger number minus a smaller number. Okay, that's what this is. It's bigger minus smaller. All right, and then for the third, Everyone's been doing pretty well with question 4, so I don't feel like I need to go over question 4, but if you need help with it, text me, and I'm happy to help you with it. Then question 5 is a little tricky. I'm gonna draw some pictures for this one, okay? So we have a tank that can hold up to 10 gallons. So when it's full, it holds 10 gallons. When you get there, when Jada first gets there, she sees that it has 7 gallons, right? So I'm gonna draw a gallon. I'm just gonna make it like a container, right? This has a gallon. So there's my, actually that looks like a mug. Let me change that. I'll just draw a rectangle, you guys, sorry. All right, so there's my gallon, right? And then it's got 7. 7 gallons. Oh boy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, there's my 7 gallons. 3 minutes later, there's only 5 gallons. So these 2 gallons disappear in 3 minutes, right? They're gone in 3 minutes. It says, what's the rate that the water in the tank is changing? It doesn't say unit rate. You guys don't have to make this a complicated problem. An example of a rate would be that it's emptying 2 gallons every 3 minutes, right? That's what's happening. So using a signed number, I could say that it's going down 2 gallons, right? Negative 2 gallons every 3 minutes. That's a rate, right? It's decreasing by 2 gallons every 3 minutes. How many more minutes will it take for the tank to drain completely? Well, it's going to take 3 minutes for these 2, and then another 3 minutes for these 2, and then this is only half, right? So that's 1.5 minutes. And that's how long, add those together. I'm not going to do the last step for you, but that's how long it would take for the tank to completely empty. And then the last question says, how many minutes before, she got there was it full? Okay, well, we've got 7 gallons now, right? And we know that in order for it to be full, we have to add 3 more gallons. 1, 2, 3, right? This is when she got there. I'm going to put Jada right here. So we have to backtrack. It's going to keep the same rate, right? So it would have been 3 minutes for those 2 gallons to empty, and then another 1.5 minutes for that one to empty, right? So if we go back now and we add on 3 gallons, that's how long it would take for the 3 gallons. Okay, pictures help, you guys. Pictures really help. Draw pictures. You could even like draw a tank and put like, draw the different levels on the tank, however you want to draw it, but draw pictures. Trust me, pictures are so, so helpful. All right. Okay.